Well, if you think about how cybersecurity has worked for the last few decades, really it's been focused on identifying exploitable vulnerabilities in systems and then working to ensure that people are fully patched against it. And the problem with that is just the numbers. As you look at the tens of thousands of exploitable vulnerabilities that are released each year, and then in a given organization, the multitude of assets that they have, answering that question, what is the patch level, what vulnerabilities exist on any given endpoint or any given network device, any given server throughout your network, becomes an explosion of multiple combinations. That winds up doing is making it really difficult for people to prioritize what are the patches that I should apply first, what do I do about systems that I can't patch, and it really becomes a problem of scale. Over the past 7 or 8 years, the emergence of the MITRE ATT&CK framework and a discipline that we call threat-informed defense has emerged, which really holds out promise to change the cybersecurity viewpoint from simply one of endlessly identifying vulnerabilities and patching, in allowing defenders to use information about what adversaries actually do to achieve their technical objectives to help focus and prioritize their cybersecurity activities. Threat-informed defense is a critical way to understand if a given set of systems is even likely to be attacked by an adversary. So we think threat-informed defense really holds the key to make cybersecurity and cyber defense much more tractable by reducing the number of things you have to worry about. The attack knowledge base has just under 600 techniques in it, and therefore it gives you a much smaller target to work with. The MITRE ATT&CK knowledge base is a great starting point for a threat-informed defense, in that MITRE curates publicly available knowledge of adversaries and the specific techniques, the TTPs, the tactics, techniques, and procedures that adversaries use to achieve their objectives. But where MITRE ATT&CK represents is just the starting point, because as a user of MITRE ATT&CK, you need to then connect that to lots of different things within your enterprise. You have to answer questions like, what are the adversaries that I need to care about? What are the assets that I have in my environment? And what's the intersection between those assets and the platforms that they are on with the techniques in the knowledge base? What security tools you have deployed? What controls you have in place that serve to protect or mitigate the opportunity for an adversary to use a particular technique? Well, at Tidal, we're passionate about bringing the benefits of threat-informed defense to the broadest possible community. We think that threat-informed defense really holds the key to helping organizations of all sizes and sophistications really get control of their cybersecurity problem, to really start to shift the focus from the endless vulnerability and patch management that occurs every day to really being much more proactive. That based on an understanding of adversary behaviors that you're most concerned about, you can then on a continual basis understand whether or not you have the defenses in place that are likely to keep those adversaries from being successful. So what we're doing here at Tidal is building a SaaS platform that's designed to make it really easy for organizations to go on their threat-informed defense journey. Everything from knowledge-based management, understanding how to leverage attack in your environment and extend it and expand it and annotate it as you see fit, to then going up the value chain and starting to be able to answer those questions. Well, based on the fact that I have these security tools and I care about these threats, what is my defensive coverage look like? How well protected am I? Are my defenses adequate? Where they're not, what are those gaps? And where there are gaps, what can we do to fill them? First, using the tools that we already have in our environment already. And secondly, then how can we augment with additional tools?